everyone. This is Monica, and today is part 3 of my story. So the last couple of weeks we talked about bliss and why that's important and what it means from my perspective and why I've been so inspired to help people find bliss in the world. And today I want to move to the next level and talk about what does bliss have to do with real estate, right? A lot of people are confused as to why 1 minute I'm talking about bliss and 1 minute I'm talking about real estate and what they have to do with each other. So we're going to talk about that today. So let me start by just telling you my real estate story, okay? So my real estate story started in 1967 when my parents met each other, they got married, and they came to the United States. And my dad had heard that the golden ticket to building wealth in America was to buy real estate. So as soon as they could, they bought their very first home. And then I was born. And with their hearts filled with this joy and hope and excitement for this new child, they decided that they were going to start investing in real estate so that they could give me the life they wanted me to have. So Mom would take her beautiful Indian fabrics and she sewed the curtains for her windows and the little cushions for her sofa so she could have a beautiful home, but not spend a lot of money. And they saved every nickel and dime so that they could eventually, when I was 3 years old, buy their very first rental property. So they stayed focused on that goal. And fast forward 15 years later, and through their real estate investing, they were able to pay for the college education of that first tiny little girl that they loved so much. They were then able to do the same for their 2 other daughters, and they paid for all of our for all of our weddings in the same way. And the most important thing, or the most exciting thing to me, is that now my parents live in a 5,000 square foot home on a lake with 4 bedrooms so that any of their adult children can come home anytime they want and have their own bedroom. So they still have a home for their family. And they get to travel the world and they get to do the things that they want. And to me, I am so grateful for that because I see so many people who retire and then struggle. I have so many friends who are supporting their elderly parents. My parents get to live the life that they want, do the things that they deserve to be able to do after all those years of hard work because they planned for it by investing in real estate. So as I was growing up, I saw kind of what was going on, what my parents were doing. And when I graduated from college, I had the feeling that I really wanted to be able to take care of myself. I didn't want to be dependent on a man. I didn't want to be dependent on the economy. I wanted to be able to take care of myself. And I wanted to do real estate. But the thing is this, I was really scared because although real estate had really served our family, it had also caused a huge amount of stress, right? Like I had seen my dad really stressed out about how he was going to make the mortgages when tenants didn't pay rent. When he had bad tenants that messed up the houses, like how was he going to repair those houses? I saw him get calls in the middle of the night to go fix a toilet. And I saw him stressed out. I used to really ache for my dad because he seemed so stressed out and he worked so hard. And there just didn't seem any relief. And the thing is that I did not want that life. Like I really understood that if I was going to invest in real estate, it was a lifelong endeavor. You don't, at least from my perspective, you don't invest in real estate for 2 years or 3 years. You invest in real estate for your entire life. And it's a planning tool for the finances of your life, right? So I knew that if I was going to go that route, that this was going to be a long-term endeavor, and I did not want my dad's stress. I did not want to live my life the way that Daddy had lived his, from that perspective. So I remember after I graduated from college, and I was kind of freaked out about this thing, like, how am I going to take care of myself? I graduated during a downturn in the economy, so it was hard for me to find a job. I mean, there was all this stuff going on, and I was freaked out. And I remember having a conversation with my dad one night. We were sitting across the dinner table, and I was telling him about all my worries, like, how was I going to make it? How was I going to plan for my future? I was completely overwhelmed. And I told him how stressed out I was. And Dad said something to me that evening that completely changed my life. He said, you know, Monica, everybody stresses about money. Everybody has money issues. Do you want poor people money issues? Or do you want rich people money issues? Now that was an interesting perspective. I thought rich people never stressed about money. So, okay, if that's the way it is, I decided in that moment, I'm gonna have rich people money issues, right? Like, okay, we're gonna go do that thing. So, just like a switch, it changed for me, and I decided I was gonna start investing in real estate. However, I was still committed to this idea that I did not want the kind of stress that my dad had had to suffer through to support his family. So I was determined to build my real estate investing empire or riches in a way that was not stressful, what I would call blissful, right? And so I wanted it to support the joy in my life rather than kind of sucking the life out of me like it had for my dad and like I had seen for so many other people. So I set on this journey, and I will admit the very first rental property that I had was a nightmare. I had the tenant problems, I had the maintenance problems, and I just like, I'm never doing this again. But then after I relaxed a little bit and I bought the next place, I started to develop systems and strategies so that my investing became much more easy. So I went in with the intent of making this a blissful experience. And so over the last 20 years, I have created systems, strategies, I've streamlined my real estate business so that it is very low stress. It is blissful. I only spend like 5 to 10 hours a month on my real estate business. And I love my tenants. I love my houses. I love this business. And I love what it's done for us, because here's the thing. 23 years ago, David and I started this business with $10,000. And I've grown it now into a multi-million-dollar business where we could retire, right? So yes, it's taken a long time, but it's been very low stress. And I will say this, I have like traveled the world. You guys know me, right? Like I backpacked around the world with David for 6 months. David and I went and we lived in France for 1.5 years. I did not focus full time on building a real estate business. So it has been a long journey for us. Well worth it, very low stress. I'm really excited I did it. But just understand that not everybody has to do it this way. If I had focused more, if I had been more on target with my strategy and bought more properties, this would have happened much faster. But that was not the choice that I made. And this is the thing, that in real estate, we can all make a choice about how we're going to do it, how fast, and what we want to achieve, right? And so I reached my goals in the way that I did it. So that's kind of how I integrated Bliss into real estate for myself. The story gets better though, and I really want to include that story. So I'm going to do it next time. So we'll have a part 4, and I'll really tell you more about that bliss piece around real estate. So you'll get to learn more. However, I do want to share with you one thing today. In order to build my business the way that I have, I needed to get mentors, right? And I met this one mentor, and one of the things that he really focuses on is lifestyle, but also on automation. And it's that automation piece that really creates the ability to be blissful in this business, because then the business kind of takes care of itself, right? So I wanted to tell you a little bit about this mentor. His name is Jay Connor, and he talks about getting private money. He talks about foreclosures. I've never done foreclosures, but I did bank-owned properties. You know, he talks about automation. He talks about how to sell a house. So he talks about sort of the whole system in real estate. And so I wanted to introduce you to him. And I've been doing a podcast series about him and his systems. But if you want to find out a little bit more, just go to blissfulprivatemoney.com. That's blissfulprivatemoney.com. And you can find out more about him and what his systems are. And most exciting is right now he's offering on that website a free gift to my community. And he doesn't do this. He's being really, really generous to me because he likes me so much, which I love. But anyway, so he's offering his foreclosure system home study course for free to my community. And that's normally $2,000. So it's really special that he's offering it to us. So go check out the website. See if if you resonate with him. And if you've got any questions, certainly let me know. Put some comments on this video, ping me, you know where to reach me. So I'd love to hear from you. And next week, we're going to talk more about bliss and real estate and how they're relevant and how they can help each other. All right? And how it can help you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.